Welcome back. I'm talking to Max Burns about the Sheffield UFO incident. Now, if we just put aside all of the skullduggery for one moment and just consider what may have happened here in this incident, we've got a huge black triangle which was not making noises that a jet engine would make. We've got military jets chasing it. Now, in your article, you say that this triangle could be some secret military craft. It could be a craft from another nation, or it could be an ET craft. All right, they're all possibilities, and you're open to all of them, as I am. But I think there's got to be something unique or special about it because of what happened. Why did they vector towards it? I mean, my hunch is that it was probably some kind of covert military craft, something along the lines of the TR-3B. And also possibly similar to what appeared in Belgium in the 1990 Flying Triangle flap. So something along those lines. Now you say, well, why would they be making them appear in the Peak Districts in the mid-90s? Well, here's my hypothesis on what may have happened. I suspect that at some level in the military that operate all of the radar systems, the early warning systems, there are certain people who know about unidentified objects, but a small few. Now, your standard response to a foreign aircraft interfering with British airspace is you vector to that craft, you investigate it, you chase it away, or you do
SOP, standard operating procedure.
Standard practice. Now, I suspect that there are key people who work with early warning systems and make those decisions that know about there is the odd secret TR-3B or whatever it might be, and that you must back off. That you don't vector, you don't get all this military hardware to go and chase it. But because there's such a small group who have that knowledge, maybe they were on holiday or the key person was on. Maybe standard practice went into operation because certain key people on that one occasion were not there to say, no, that radar return is a TR-3B or whatever, or it's something we don't want to know about, so we back off. So accidentally they vectored towards a craft which perhaps are there fairly often, because I've got lots of sightings of huge football field sized silent black triangles.
All over the world.
All over the world. So what are your thoughts on that, Max?
I think it's very compartmentalised, the matter. Now, if it is a brand new, I mean, the stealth was flying around for over a decade, and that was reported as being a UFO many times. And maybe to test the air defences to see if it was radar can penetrate foreign nations' radar systems without being discovered. Or maybe they were in the Peak District that night and flying over Sheffield and Barnsley. I mean, a man saw it on a train. Maybe it's a convenient cover for top secret military aircraft if they can get members of the public reporting that they've seen a UFO. And of course, the word UFO has been hijacked to mean alien spacecraft, where it actually just means exactly what it is, an unidentified flying object. And I'm open to, it could be aliens, it could be a military alien joint venture, it could be top secret military, or other, could belong to the New World Order, for example. Until I meet the pilots of one of these, or one of them crashes, then I'm open to, I don't know who owns them, but the fact of the matter is that these objects exist and they are flying around our skies.
Absolutely. I've got multiple witnesses, and interestingly, if you go a bit north of that area, the Peak District, I've got a lot of sightings in the north of Todmorden and Skipton area. We've got triangles being seen there, and we've also had the Staffordshire incidents of triangles. So there's no shortage of people who've seen completely silent
the Sheffield case,
black triangles.
The Sheffield case happened approximately 2 weeks after that famous case from Phoenix, where many people from different angles all filmed a huge flying triangle. I mean, it made the one over Sheffield look like a mini moke. By comparison, this thing was huge, kind of, to turn a phrase, mothership size kind of thing.
There are a lot of parallels with the Berwyn Mountain UFO case, which I've looked at extensively. I made a film with Scott Felton about the case, and I would say the similarity is that something crash landed, and they didn't want anyone to know that anything had crash landed, because it's potentially putting lives at risk of people who live in those areas. So that's why I think there's been cover-ups on both these cases.
I mean, I'm a friend of Margaret Fry's. What an outstanding researcher she has been in her life. And funny enough, Clark wrote to her when he was a young man. I could talk about that later if you like, what Margaret told me about her interactions with Clark as a young man.
All right, well let's come back on to people who we think are posing as independent ufologists but are actually probably just pushing the government line in order to protect their operations. Let's just discuss this character.
I know that my investigation is pure and honest, and from 1997 to this date, not one of these people has managed to prove that I've told one single lie about this investigation.
But more on the Sheffield UFO incident after this.